Hello and welcome to another day, mostly at home. Another very boring day for me in fact, but never mind. One good thing about ploughing through boring things at home is you can keep in your mind that when you've got it all done, you might be able to have a day out somewhere. I can get it down to a minimum like I did last week. What delights does today have in store? Well, I've done all the get the vlog up stuff, so that's why I'm starting the vlog so late. I have got to I've got to practice the Urban Spaceman tenor recorder part because IB just casually mentioned in passing, oh yes, we're going to perform the Urban Spaceman later this week, and I was like, I didn't learn it. I mean, I worked it out, wrote it down, didn't learn it because I didn't actually do the gig in which it was performed before, so they all know it and I don't, so I've got to do some very quick catching up with that because it's going to be tomorrow. So that's got an asterisk by it, as in means must be done today. I don't know if I'll memorise it all, but we'll see. Probably will. It's quite simple. Also on the list, very urgent, practice flute, which I won't film. I don't want to keep filming myself practicing the flute because I just need to focus and get on with it, but just know there's going to be at least an hour of that coming up very shortly. I have also very urgent, this is the third urgent, must be done today one. I am doing a collab video. Well, I'm doing two collab videos with another channel called Frugal Travellers. They're based in Portugal at the moment, but very soon they're returning to the UK and they have very little time left in which they can film for my video. For their video, I have sent them clips from Lidl with prices of things, and they're going to do a price comparison video with clips from the same items but in the Portuguese Lidl, so that's going to be very interesting. So I will definitely let you know when that comes out. But I haven't even started on my one. I want to basically interview them because they are living my dream. They are doing something which I really aspire to do, and I want to ask them questions about that. So I definitely need to at least have questions written down today, and then I want to film myself asking them and then send that to them so they can film themselves replying, and then I'll edit it all together a little later when when the time comes. And there are other things on the list. Hopefully I get to do them too. But anyway, I'm going to switch the camera off now and I'm going to go and practice my flute and speak to you when that is done. Well, I've done my flute hour, which was technical exercises for 30 minutes and then 30 minutes just brushing up repertoire for this coming weekend's gig. To be honest, I've found that I'm not going to need to practice most of it. I've just run through it very, very quickly, which frees me up to put a few new sets together because we're short of a few set types. Well, we're not. We got loads and loads from the old repertoire, but we're getting a bit bored with it. We want some new ones. So that's the only thing that I could do. It's not essential. We'll survive perfectly well if we don't. So now I just need to commit this to memory. This part is quite simple. It's the Urban Spaceman by Bonzo Doodah Band. And I think the best thing for me to do is just play along with the record, really. I'm going to get up on YouTube, on my phone. I'm going to stream it through my speakers so it's nice and loud. I'll stand over here. Maybe I might just bring the music over and look. Maybe I'll put it on the table and just glance at it occasionally. And I think I'll get it in my head like that quite quickly. I needed more tea. I had to have a little 5-minute break as well. I'm going to be Vivian Stanshall. It's my role model. There he is with his great big tenor recorder. I'm enjoying my new clips there from Grace. Look at that. Genius. Clipped it up. I haven't got anyone to do this bit. Look, with a hose pipe. I tried to persuade IB. He wasn't having it. He wants to play ukulele instead. That was wrong. Every time I try to play this particular high note, the note splits because I'm not used to the instrument. I think I just need to blow harder, but then I tried that as well and it splits. It's this one. I wonder if the instrument's full of condensation. Oh, yes. Maybe that was it. Sorry, it was all shooting out then. I had no idea if that came out on camera. Yeah, that's what it was. I just needed to give it a blow through. Well, good, I found a solution. I had a problem, I fixed it really quickly. It was that age-old condensation problem that we woodwind players are plagued by. Okay, that was much more fun than the other practice I was doing, yay. Oh, I'll tell you what though, the stretch on my instrument's a bit big for my little hands, and I got some pain coming now, but I'm not intending to play that instrument very much. Just on that song, basically. It's quite sweet though, it was only about 40 quid, to be fair, compared to the price of my flute. It's very insignificant, and it's really not bad. Straight out of the box, you can just play it. It's quite sweet. I did wonder if it was going to be a bit out of tune, but it's okay. Right, it's 3 o'clock now and I definitely need to make my lunch. I need to eat bread with my lunch because I bought all these frizzy and she didn't use them at all. And there's no room in my freezer for them. I mean, the obvious thing is to have mushroom soup with it, but I don't know if I've got any left. I think I might have eaten it all. Yeah, well, I've got some in the cellar. Suppose I could have that. At some point I want to make this into pumpkin soup, but I haven't got time. I really need to press on with those questions for the other YouTube channel. But do you know what I've got into lately? Tinned salmon in a sandwich. These weren't too dear, if I remember rightly. I can't remember how much they were. I'm going to make a salmon sandwich. Well, a salmon roll. Just some spinach leaves in there as well. I'm already picking the salmon out of my teeth actually, because I dropped a great big dollop of it on the floor and I thought I'm not wasting that, and I picked it up and washed it quick and ate it. I've eaten and it's 3:30 in the afternoon. It is so dark and it even looks lighter on this camera than it does in real life. I've been trying to ring my boyfriend to find out what time he's coming and if he wants feeding, but I can't get through. I'm going to just quickly ring up the camera shop in Cardiff, tell them about Dad's camera and see if I can set something in motion with that with regards to part exchange. I don't know. I have seen some very ancient looking cameras on their shelf, so I think they would take it. They might need to fiddle around with it and see if it's working or not. This is the camera in question, in case you didn't see yesterday's vlog, and there's a flash cube with it as well. I presume it all works, but I have no idea really.
And welcome to Camera Centre UK. Press 2 to be put through to our Cardiff store.
He said, yes, certainly bring it in. They weren't very interested in the flash thingy. I said, well, it goes with the camera, like it's compatible with it because it'll go in the cold shoe there. He said, well, yeah, all right, then bring it in. And, you know, it'll go in the case with it. So he said not to worry about the missing lens cap. He said, that's not a problem at all. I presume you can just get new lens caps. So cool. And I'm quite looking forward to sitting down and doing my list of questions for Lee and Mandy over on the Frugal Travellers channel. I've thought of some quite interesting ones. In fact, I was thinking of some quite interesting ones while I was doing my flute practice and not supposed to be thinking about anything other than flute practice. But I find when I'm doing scales and repetitive exercises and things, it starts to set off the old imagination. And so the imagination was working overtime. Right, anyway, I'm going to do that now. IB just rang me up, so I haven't done those questions yet. I'm going to any minute. He's coming at like 5:15, so I'm going to have to really get my skates on with these questions and recording them. So yeah, I'll speak to you after that, I guess. It is now 5:25, I'm lying on my bed. This is not the most flattering of angles, I must be honest, but hey, I was going to show it to you. I've left it over there. I've finished my questions. There they are. I never script videos ever, 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 but I've written some questions out to ask them, and I'm going to film myself asking them tomorrow because the light's gone now and it's terrible. IB is due any minute, and one of my subscribe and save packages has arrived, and there's nothing that you haven't seen before coming out of this box. Can you guess what it is based on what you've seen me get before? Oh. One of them sounds like this. Ta-da! If you guessed biotin, you guessed correctly. It's vitamin B7. Apparently very good to stop your hair falling out, and my hair is definitely not falling out as much as it was before I started taking this. So I'm carrying on with that. Right, and next, Faith in Nature conditioner, lavender and geranium, my favourite. And every time I buy this on subscribe and save, it seems to cost a different amount. And I have to say, in the past, it has come in far sillier packaging than that. That was a tip tap tap at the door. That's my boyfriend. I'm gonna go let him in. Give him a big kiss on the cheek. Oh my gosh, IB is obviously not feeling himself. He always comes and changes the fridge letters every time he comes here because he thinks it's hilarious that it ends up in the vlog. But he's been and gone anyway. It's 5 to 7 now. He didn't stay that long. We had a cup of tea together. We had a good chat. We were like sorting out rehearsal dates, what repertoire we're going to be doing and when, so I can schedule it in for my practicing and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it was kind of a bit businesslike as well as just nice to see him. He was away this weekend, so I didn't see him all weekend. He was off gallivanting again. And he didn't want to stay to dinner because it was an unplanned visit here on the way between places, and he had chicken defrosting to eat at home tonight. So that's why he's obviously a bit hungry and ran out of inspiration tonight with the fridge letters. I think I'm going to make that pumpkin soup because why not? Let's do it. Well, I've managed to chop into it. It was quite an effort, I must say. It took all my strength to get into that. I've heated up a bit of olive oil in the pan, and in here I've got some fresh ginger and also some crushed chilies, bit of paprika, well, quite a lot of paprika actually, some whole cumin seeds, some ground coriander, and some of these whole coriander seeds which I've kind of gone, you know, and ground directly into the pan. I'm going to chop this up into chunks, chuck it in, and maybe add something else as I see fit. Might turn that down because we don't want that overheating. Right, I'm going to get on and chuck the pumpkin in before it all burns. I've chucked the whole pumpkin in. I'm going to have a look in my fridge now, see what else can go in there. That green pepper can go in. Some spuds and some celery and an oxo cube. It's going to be quite a simple one, and I'm going to have bread and butter with it. I should have put the potatoes in first, but I'm going to cut them up really small to try and compensate. I've also added a bit of garlic. It's starting to smell very nice. I'm going to put some soy sauce in as well. I think I might put some mixed herbs in as well, something like that. And then let it simmer for ages. I appear to be eating all the rest of the physalis. What's the plural of physalis? Is it physalie? Only a couple left now. I've been grazing on them. There we are, there's the final product. I've buttered a roll. I'm going to taste it now and tell you if it's actually worth making. Now, if I were you, I would have put an onion in this, but I just can't tolerate them. That's quite tasty. What I like about hand blending stuff and then immediately eating it, if you've got great big lumps of things like ginger and garlic, I cut the garlic up quite big, whole seeds like cumin or coriander, it breaks them up and then it releases the flavour. Oh, this is good. Oh, by the way, that's yeast flakes on top with the cheese. Oh my gosh. Right, no, this isn't going to turn into a mukbang. I am going to end the vlog. I don't know what I've filmed today. It's been one of those days. Stop eating now. It's been one of those days I've been so focused on what I've been actually doing, I haven't been as focused on vlogging. So heaven only knows what I filmed today, so I hope it worked out and it turned into a coherent video. Have I gone out of focus? Yes, I have. Oh well, I'm getting a new camera soon, very soon. But thank you so much for watching this vlog. Could you please give it a like if you liked it, subscribe below if you would like to watch more videos from me, and hit the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!